To a great yogi named Chandra Rinpoche singing a Vajra song. And Vajra songs are songs that arise spontaneously as these yogis experience the realization of the light. And this song goes like this. First it begins with Emma Ho, like fantastic. The melody of timeless awareness, utter lucidity, free of elaboration, this web of unceasing magic, the manifestation of union, of oneness. Sovereign Lord of all the mandalas, lake-born Vajra, he's invoking the primordial Guru as Guru Rinpoche. Grant us the single blessing to realize that all appearances are the Dharmakaya. All the appearances, all experience is the manifestation of very pure awareness. And the outer environment is like a charnel ground, the gathering place, co-emergent with being itself. Here he's saying that all places, all circumstances, are co-emergent with the sense of being itself. And then he goes further and says, within it are the assembled deities of naturally occurring Vajra form. So that archetypical dimension is inherent in all the circumstances and all the experiences we have. Then he says, in youthful exuberance of this inexhaustible sublime bliss, dance the dance to this immutable song of the primordial unborn sound. And as we brothers and sisters are gathered here, joined together by karma and aspiration, partaking of this celebration of luminous awareness, enjoying the wealth of sublime bliss, then I offer my single aspiration that we meet again as one, gathering in the palace of the place of the lotus light, in the pinnacle of the pure realm. So he's not simply talking as one passes from this life into the other realms, but also the pure realm is here and now, to the degree that you and I can experience this non-duality of awareness. It was really great having Lama Norley here the past couple of weeks ago with that petite retreat he gave. And actually we speak at times of how meditation is like a practice to be in awareness and to remain in awareness throughout the day, or at least when you can. And how wonderful it is to be in the awareness state, this field, this place of spaciousness or emptiness or openness, and this place of clarity or light. And by light doesn't mean simply seeing lights, but knowingness, and even the sense of lightness. Another great master named Dojo Rinpoche describes conversations within the awareness state, the awareness field. So when you and I have conversations, which we all do at times, within this field of awareness, it's not quite a conventional conversation. That doesn't mean you look any different. You don't look like Swami Muktananda over there in that ecstatic state. Typically, he didn't look like that. Looked rather normal. So you look the same. But when one is in this awareness state, this field of awareness, the focus on the person, on the other, is a focus within the person and not on the person's mind alone. right? So the focus, when one's in awareness, in a conversation, ordinary conversation, whatever type of conversation, is on the person, and actually within the person, and not on the person's mind. Being in awareness is not a mind-reading moment, huh? Or even not so much focused on the person's personality alone, or even their mental words alone, their signifiers. It's not just tracking information. So when you and I are in this awareness state, this field, this openness, this light, then the person is being experienced from within this view of awareness, this very natural state of awareness. Welcome. It's one of these mornings today. And so, the connection is not simply mind-to-mind connection, huh? Which is great in its own thing. But being in awareness is not a mind-to-mind connection, or even quite the ordinary interpersonal connection, which can be so much fun. But it is actually connecting within the non-duality of the awareness state and the light of awareness itself. It's like being in this light of awareness, or to use other language, being in the field of being as light with another. This connection is within the field of awareness and through the field as the field. Sometimes the field, this experience, may seem to be two fields connecting. Like a me and you feel, my feel, your feel. But actually, and ultimately, there's only one feel. And so the knowingness is inside to inside, direct and relatively unmediated. Now all beings have this possibility. It's in its nature itself. It's simply little used. And actually, it is a form of the great compassion. It is the most essential form of the great compassion. To bring this kind of event about, to invoke this event, the person, or if it's two people, two persons, enter the state, just like we're doing right now, and just like you're hearing this little talk. You're in awareness. Enter the state of this awareness. And there's this kind of absorption within the field of the self, one's own self, and within the field of the person. In the truest sense, the most basic sense, the field is the person. It's much more so the person than when you and I are in our mind alone, or simply in a feeling state alone, or a fantasy state. The state of awareness is not a state of being in our mind alone, or in one function of the mind, like thinking, like being located in thinking, or sensation, or memory. Being located in awareness is being located in openness, light. It's unbound. So to bring this forth from being in mind alone to being in awareness as this field, to being in the field of being, actually as being itself, you must enter and remain in awareness. As that great text, the Song of Awareness, says over and over again, remaining in awareness, remaining in awareness, remaining in awareness. It's simple, but not easy, is it? So in this movement, and it is a movement from shifting from being in mind to being in awareness within awareness, at times, excuse me, there's also a shift in language. From language of mind, rather linear, rather informational, has affects, has all sorts of things, to this language of awareness, self-arising awareness, innermost awareness. We may even say vibrational speech, spontaneous speech manifests, embodied speech, and even speech as light and speech as energy. It's not so much speech from our mind, from upstairs in the mind, but speech arising from within the body, from belly, navel, up, arising, vibrational. And so more or less, in being in this awareness state, there's this natural suspension of mind. It's not that the mind is completely foreclosed at all. It's just a bit more in the background, and this awareness is in the foreground. It's like a gazing-like state, gazing with the whole body, through the body. And as we, in this gazing-like place, there's the opening, since its awareness is naturally openness, that this speech arises from within us. It's very direct. It's felt. It's known. Felt sense. It's not simply contained within the signifiers. The felt sense of this mutually held field brings forth everything and anything. It really opens up what's happening. It's not so much formatted. What's most amazing is the sense of trust arises out of and within this felt sense of oneness, of non-duality or indivisibility. Or as the Dakini said to Dojim Lingpa, you and I are indivisible. Truly, there's a you and there's an I. That's difference. There's difference. And within the difference, there's oneness, non-duality. This shift from being in mind alone of signifier and significations, often reflecting closed mental states. So the doorway opens, heart essence opens, chest. The iconic doorway opens to experiencing directly the felt sense of self arising words, and understandings that are actually manifested by the field and through the field of awareness of the self. Our true self, the language of true self, is no longer mentalistic. And here, this tradition is not afraid of the word self. It's not scared of it. It understands that the self, that word, is a floating metaphor. That sense of when you and I are at home. Sometimes this self is in mind alone. That's very contained. And then it can shift to becoming the awareness of the mind. There's more space there. And then it shifts and becomes aware of its own self. With each of these steps, the self becomes vaster, bigger, open, unbound. And then as we sit in this awareness of the awareness, this self, that's not a thing, it's not a thing, it's not an entity, but it is us. It's wholeness, you-ness, manifesting in body and mind. The other dimensions begin to open up. Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, Dharmakaya. We start experiencing the multidimensionality of this self. This also happens in conversations, self to self, different dimensions. This iconic opening allows the invocation of the energies that are being manifested by us and each other to be articulated from within the energetic dimension of the awareness field, which is vast and multidimensional. In a way, some of the yogis describe this as the persons have mutually entered the field of psyche, P-S-Y-C-H-E, and the innermost awareness of the person's field of being, this field of light. And the persons are able to give voice to the unfolding manifestation of this field in time and in place. So in a most profound way, the field begins to speak, to have speech, to have words through us. It's our words. It's us as the field, having words that are arising. That is wisdom gnosis. Moreover, in the light of awareness, this allows each person to enter timeless awareness itself. So it's in its essence. The field of personal awareness is timeless awareness itself. And so in these moments of timeless awareness, in time, and time in timeless awareness, there's a kind of timeless state that arises as if there is no time whatsoever. And from this place of timeless awareness, the luminous power of awareness can enter the presence of the present, and can enter the presence of the past and the presence of the future. And through this timeless awareness moment, the emerging felt sense of the person is articulated through the language of the primordial energies. And so the conversation goes far beyond the rationalistic, concretized mind, which has so little access to the multidimensionality of our own experience. Like a tiny little box at the top of her head. This wide open focus, both in depth and breadth, is truly the manifestation of primordial awareness becoming expressed through these elemental energies. And it's the process of becoming personalized as a singular person, unique in this world or the field of being and light. We've all heard of the word logos, right? All traditions use it in its own way, from the early Greeks to Christians to each group. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. So there's this expression of primordial awareness coming through human beings. In a certain way, it is being itself, speaking through us as us. Since in the heart, you or an I are being itself. So in the truest sense, in the most basic sense, this mutually held space of the light, the openness, emptiness, allows for the virtual dimension, that's Dharmakaya, to be experienced and activated. And the sense of potential space and the virtual actuality recontextualizes the manifestation of what can be and might be given and experienced. Without this accessing and this activation of this potential space, this Dharmakaya, the person who is potential space itself, then age-old states of deprivation and annihilation can obscure what is possible. Can obscure what is possible. That's the real meaning of obscurations. Obscuring what is possible. So for the most part, so often we all can be locked in mind alone and often contained with limiting states of the mind. And being in mind alone is being completely limited by events in history, generational fields. And without being able to enter into this awareness, this field of psyche, which is a field of being itself manifesting, then this precludes the activation of this potential space, this potentiality, this Dharmakaya, this manifestation of elemental energies. So with this, Dharmakaya is foreclosed, Sambhogakaya is foreclosed, Nirmanakaya is foreclosed, and we get caught in this little box of our mind. understanding, we hear the phrase pat, that cutting through. Pat. Pat. Opening up. Awareness. And so I'd like to read the song, Vajra song again. Emoho, the melody of timeless awareness, utter lucidity, free of elaboration. This web of unceasing magic. And here he's implying change. The display, the manifestation of oneness, non-duality, union. Sovereign Lord of all the mandalas, the lake-board Vajra, he's invoking the primordial Guru as Guru Rinpoche. Grant the single blessing to realize that all appearances are the Dharmakaya, and the outer environment is the charnel ground, the gathering place, co-emergent with being itself. And within it are the assembled deities, the archetypes, deities, devas, dakinis, other naturally occurring Vajra forms, indestructible forms. And in the youthful exuberance of inexhaustible sublime bliss, then dance this dance to the immutable song of the primordial unborn sound. As your brothers and sisters are gathered here, joined together by karma and aspiration, partaking of this celebration, enjoying the wealth of this innate, supreme, sublime, intrinsic bliss. I offer my single aspiration that we meet again as one, gathering for this celebration in the palace of the lotus light, in the pinnacle, pure realm of awareness. We'll rest there now for a little while. And with that, we'll extend throughout our body. And then we'll extend to each other. We'll extend to the present. We'll extend to the past. Extend to the future. Then we'll extend to the ancestors, the generational field, the mothers and the fathers, the mothers and the fathers. So we'll extend to them in the present. Then we'll extend to the past, to their past. And then we'll extend to their future. And then we'll establish ourselves in the dimension also of the great yogis and gurus. Those people who embody awareness so completely that wisdom gnosis is visible. So we'll extend to them in the present. We'll extend to them in the past. And extend to them in the future. Don't extend to all the different traditions we participate in, themselves fields of knowledge, information, and light. Then finally extend to that dimension of our own awareness which is archetypal, vortexual, primordial energies. Then to pure potentiality, unbound, unelaborated.
Pranam Pavan Kumar, Lavana Pavaka Gyanagan, Yasu Hridayaga, Asahiram Sarachabha, Atulita Baladhamam, Himashela Badeham, Anujaran Krishan, Yaninam Graganyam, Sekalagun Nidhanam, Vanaranam Tisham, Raghupati Priya Bhaktam, Padajatam Namami. Goshpadi Kritavarisham, Mashaki Kritarakshasam, Ramayana Mahamalaratnam, Vande Nilatmajam, Anjana Nandanam Viram, Janaki Shokanashanam, Kapisham Akshahantaram, Vande Lanka Bhayankaram, Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam, Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam, Vatatmajam Vanrayotamukyam, Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye, Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye, Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye, Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye. Bolo Bajrang Bali Hanuman Ki Jai. Pranam Pavan Kumar, Lavana Pavaka Gyanagan, Asuhradayaga Asahiram Sarachabha Atulita Baladhamam Himmashelabadeham Anujaran Krishan Yaninam Graganyam Sakalagun Nidhanam Vanaranam Tisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Patajatam Namami Goshpadi Kritavarisham Mashaki Kritarakshasam Ramayana Mahamalaratnam Vande Nilatmajam Anjana Nandanam Viram Janaki Shokanashanam Kapisham Akshahantaram Vande Lanka Bhayankaram Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanrayotamukyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Bolo Bajrang Bali Hanuman Ki Jai Bhajalo Ji Hanuman Bhajalo Ji Hanuman Bhajalo Ji Hanuman Bhajalo Ji Hanuman Shri Guru Charan Saroja Raja Ijamanu Mukur Sudha Parana Raghubara Vimala Jasu Jodaya Kupalacha Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumiram Bhavana Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kalesha Bhika Bhajalo Ji Hanuman Bhajalo Ji Hanuman Bhajalo Ji Hanuman Bhajalo Ji Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar Jaya Kapisha Tihun Loka Ujagar Ramaduta Tulita Baladhama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama Mahavira Bikram Bajarangi Kumati Nivara Sumati Kesangi Kanchanavarana Viraja Subesa Karana Kundala Kunchita Kesa Ata Vajra Dvaja Viraje कंदे मुझ जने उसाज शंकर सुरन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातु राम काज करिबे को आतु प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरिसिया हिंदी खावा निकट रूप धरि लंक चरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे आय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम प्रिय भरतहि समभाई सस बदन तुमरो जस गावै हस कहि श्रीपति कंद लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद शारद सहित ईसा कुबेर दिगपाल जहांते कभी कोविद कैसा के कहांते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव कीना राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्त्र जोजन परमाणु लील्योताहि मधुर पल्लजानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मिलि मुख माहि जलधि लंघि गए अक्षर जनाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे देते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे वो तनाज्ञा बिनु पैजारे सब सुख लाहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम्हारा चक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हंगतेंगांबे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं नावे महावीर जप नाम सुनावे नसेरो हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीर संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा इनके काज सकल तुम साज और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन पल पावे चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा हे परसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम्हारा कवाड़े असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पास सदा रहो रघुपति के दास तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहां जन्म हरि भात कहाई और देवता चेतन धरई हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बल Mahavira. Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai. Kripa Karau Guru Deva Kinai. Jo Satabar Pat Kara Koi. Chuta Hi Bandi Mahasukoi. Joya Pare Hanuman Chalisa. Goya Siddhi Saki Gaurisa. Tulasi Das Sada Hari Chera. Ki Jainath Hridaya Mahadera. Avanathanaya Sankata Harana Mangala Muratiru. Ramalakana Sita Sahita Hridaya Basau Suragup Siyavara Ramachandra Padaje Sharanam Mangala Murti Marutanandan Sakala Mangala Muranikandan Mangala Murti Marutanandan Sakala Mangala Muranikandan Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
So I've been cultivating awareness for about an hour now. So let's focus on people we know and love who may be having difficulties. I'll extend the light to the light. Without any effort. Don't extend to our city. Don't extend to all the different cities of the world. I'll also extend this morning to Gracie's father who died, and to Julie's mother who died. The light extending to the light. Then with that, we'll rub our hands together and place it on our hearts. And we'll seal the experience in. I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. And you can meditate at 9 o'clock. There are refreshments upstairs. Then also next Friday, we'll not be having meditation that day. We'll be online, hopefully, for the next week. But I don't think we'll be online on Friday. Thank you so much. Okay, we won't be online. Or Saturday. Okay, great. We can continue that beautiful chant. Just turn. That's. I just pressed the button. It'll come on. It's the one there now. It's going to. Yeah. It should.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.